Welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be learning more about Thailand. This is the history of Thailand in 10 minutes. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to get right into it. I've done reactions to other videos from Thailand, whether it be singers and a few other videos like tech ball, like the sports. So we're gonna put the volume up and let's take a listen to the history. I like these type of videos. I like learning. I like learning about other countries. I am from Australia if you are new to my channel, but yeah, let's get right into it and learn about Thailand, the history.
The history of Thailand has a bit of a foggy beginning.
Right.
It is not certain when people first came to the region, but fossils of Homo erectus were found in the northern province of Lampang that can be dated all the way back to at least 500,000 years ago.
Wow.
Another location has gifted archaeologists with some of the world's oldest evidence of an agrarian society. Additionally, we do know that consistent inhabitation of the area could potentially date back 10 to 20,000 years.
Wow.
And around 3000 BC, the Korat Plateau was likely home to bronze workers and farmers, based on archaeological evidence that has been found. The kingdoms of Khmer and Mon began to form in the vicinity of modern-day Thailand.
Wow.
These kingdoms served as a notable influence on the culture of contemporary Thailand, as did some of the other peoples who began to show up in the area over the following centuries. By the mid-7th century, the Thai people of Nan Chau were migrating to the mainland of Southeast Asia and began to settle under the dominion of the Khmer Empire. In 1238,
See, I really was not expecting this for Thailand. I really do not know. I never knew to this level about Thailand. So it's really okay. Very interesting. Got a lot of history. Yeah, Thailand has got some history here. That's for sure. All countries do. But yeah, I wasn't quite expecting this. All right.
Under the dominion of the Khmer Empire. In 1238, Sri Intraditya, a chieftain of the Thai people, formed a new kingdom at Sukhothai and declared independence from the Khmers. The people of this new kingdom became known as the Thais, a word that fittingly means free. These new Thais wanted to separate themselves from the other Thai people who still remained under the control of foreign kingdoms. Throughout the following centuries, the Sukhothai kingdom began to grow and extend its rule across the region of today's Thailand, creating vassal states across Burma, Laos, and the Malay Peninsula. The leaders of this monarchy were known to be kind in comparison to others, and created impressive diplomatic relations with foreign powers, such as that of the Yuan dynasty in China. Unfortunately for the Thais, though, the kingdom began to fall apart. From that point on, Sukhothai's vassal states began to abandon them, and the monarchy was unable to recover before the newly founded Ayutthaya kingdom inserted themselves into the equation. In 1378, the Sukhothais were initially forced to surrender to their opposition. By 1438, not even a full century later, the former Great Kingdom became fully absorbed by the Ayutthayas. The Ayutthaya Kingdom first came about in the 14th century, around which time the city-state of Ayutthaya was founded, in 1350 to be exact. The Ayutthaya Kingdom
see, I feel like this is me. I feel like it's a throwback. I feel like this is going back to school and I'm just... not so much focus on reacting crazy and it's just taking in and learning the information and make sure it locks in my mind. I'm not sure when I would use it, but it's like I'm learning and I'm just processing all the information. In
1350 to be exact. The Ayutthaya Kingdom quickly erupted into the leading power of the region, but its structure differed from some of its adversaries. The Ayutthayas ran under a system of self-governing principalities and provinces, which were headed by members of the royal family who maintained loyalty to the king. The king, in turn, was an absolute monarch, and would spearhead the kingdom's political and economic expansion over the centuries.
Yeah, love it.
Surpassing their predecessor of the Sukhothai Kingdom, the Ayutthaya Kingdom was eventually able to force the long-reigning Khmers into submission, before turning their attention outward. By the start of the 16th century in 1511, the Ayuttayas received their first diplomatic mission from Portugal, who wished to develop a trade relationship with the local Thai kingdom. Since the Portuguese...
I never knew they had a connection with Portugal, so that's something to keep note of.
...had just captured Malacca from what is now Malaysia, creating a solid trade agreement with the surrounding states proved to be vastly beneficial for both parties.
Alright.
In the 16th century, multiple trade treaties came to fruition, first between the Ayutthaya Kingdom and the Portuguese in 1516, and then another between the Ayuttayas and the Netherlands in 1592.
Alright.
Through the following years, the Thai power sent diplomatic missions to Paris and The Hague, in addition to developing commercial ties with the British and the Japanese. Relations between the Ayutthaya Kingdom and the Western powers were quite positive and advantageous, until the consensus among the Thais did a complete flip. The locals began to fear the potential threat of the Western religion, especially following the arrival of missionaries from France, as well as disapproval of the arrival of English warships to the region. The following 150 years marked a time of intentional distancing from the West. Meanwhile, the Ayuttayas had fought multiple dynastic and local conflicts within their own kingdom, which eventually settled down, making way for what some historians refer to as the Golden Age. This period was marked by thriving art, education, and literature, and occurred during the latter half of the 18th century. The peace throughout the kingdom and blooming of the arts would sadly be cut short by the Burmese, who had contributed to some of the bloody local disputes prior to this golden era. In 1767, the people of Burma made a final successful attempt to seize the capital of the Ayutthaya Kingdom. The city was absolutely destroyed, and the bordering areas were completely deserted. Structures and humans alike were laid to waste. The kingdom descended into utter chaos and eventually fell under the hand of a former military commander, Praya Taskin. Taskin, who had escaped the siege of the capital, declared himself to be the new king and moved the king's capital to Thonburi, which was just across the river and had better trade opportunities. Utilizing this advantage, Taskin promptly promoted Thai trade with China. While Taskin was triumphant in keeping the Ayutthaya Kingdom from facing total destruction, he was still dethroned and executed in 1782 by a coup under the command of General Chow Phraya Chakri.
That was that time, like executions and stuff like that. Yeah, this was such a different time in the history of just the world, not just specific countries, but yeah, these type of things would happen. Yeah.
1782 by a coup under the command of General Chow Phraya Chakri. General Chow now took the throne, styling himself as King Yotfa, and was the first of the Chakri dynasty that still rules Thailand today. He had the capital moved once again, this time to what is now Bangkok. The state of the kingdom was known as Siam, and a strong focus was put on the political, cultural, and military rebuilding. This new wave of kings besieged the capitals of Laos and Cambodia. Having already created trade treaties with the colonizing British and the United States, the Thais began to focus even more on forming favorable relationships with the enclosing Western powers, such as the British, US, and the French. Trade with the West skyrocketed and had a great impact on the Thai economy, now connecting it to the world monetary system. Still, foreign powers urged the current monarch, King Mongkut, to create a series of legal and administrative reforms in order to be seen as an equal by the West. The death of King Mongkut in 1868 complicated the matter, but the reforms did not come under the reign of Chulalongkorn near the end of the 1800s.
I like that name, that's a cool name.
The new king abolished slavery and the corvée system, created new European
I like how he looks as well.
Formed a police force and standing army, updated the legal
Okay.
system, established a salaried bureaucracy, and essentially overhauled the entire of Siam's outdated policies.
Wow.
The first railway network between Ayutthaya and Bangkok was also opened. All of this was done with extensive advising from the West, most predominantly the British. While
British.
some anti-reformists were dissatisfied with the king's decisions, others regarded him as a skilled diplomat who was a genius in avoiding colonization by playing Western nations against each other and using them to his own advantage. Either way, as the British and French pushed their colonial efforts further, Siam was forced to give up some of their territory, such as in Laos and Cambodia, and in the northern Malay in exchange for maintaining independence. Continuing its positive relations with the Western powers, Siam joined the Allies and declared war against Germany in World War I. As a result, at the end of the war, Siam received commending amendments to their treaties with France and Britain, took impounded German ships that would be used in its merchant marine, and was present at the Peace Conference of Versailles in 1919.
Okay.
Siam was also a founding member of the League of Nations. Post-World War I in 1932, a bloodless coup led by a group known as Kana Ratsadon, the People's Party, brought about the end of the absolute monarchy and replaced it with the first constitutional regime. The first parliamentary elections were held in November of 1933. Shortly after, as World War II broke out, the Thai people collaborated with the Japanese, allowing them to pass through to the British-controlled Malay Peninsula and Burma. In January of 1942, the Prime Minister of Thailand agreed to a mutual defense pact with Japan, which included a declaration of war against Britain and the United States.
Okay.
Thankfully for the nation, in the end, the Thai ambassador charged with delivering the declaration to the US government refused to do so. In 1944, the Prime Minister was forced to resign and was subsequently
Wow.
tried for war crimes. The following decades were filled with
There's so much. There's so much details with this. Wow. Okay.
mental uncertainty, as power was repeatedly passed between a democracy and military dictatorship
Wow.
after the resolution of World War II. Economic struggles ensued as well, namely the Asian financial crisis in 1997, and more political and governmental unrest continued. In 2017, after the crowning of Prince Vajiralongkorn as king, a new constitution was signed, with its aim at finally bringing democracy back to the nation.
Wow. Yeah, this was really interesting. Okay. So, the history of Thailand. In 10 minutes. This was a really good video. I learned so many things that I really did not know that Thailand had in their history and everything they went through. And some names I would have never ever heard before. So if you want to extend on anything in the comment section, let me know. Or if you have any other videos for more details and you want to see me react to, let me know. Thailand is one of the countries I found interesting so far. So from their talents, singing talents, to learning about the country as well. So I'm going to leave it there. See you in the very next reaction video.